Okay, guys. So what do we got tonight? We got Hcalory. They have a new unit to the market, and this is called the Hcalory. This is the Toolbox Compact 2. Okay, so this is a compact, meant to be smaller, more portable unit. This unit is adjustable from 5 to 8 kilowatts. This is the unboxing for it, and we'll also talk a little bit about the some of the features that Hcalory touts for this unit. Again, this is the 2024 or possibly 2025, since it's a new to market that hasn't been out. You're not going to see a lot of reviews on it yet. So Hcalory brand, model is the Toolbox Compact 2. All right, move the knife out of the way so we don't get hurt. So there was a previous version of this. It was the Hcalory Toolbox, Compact Toolbox. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So we have our manual. Let's pull this floor skirt up a little bit here. See what's underneath. Okay, so feel it's metal. It's definitely metal. All right, so exhaust outlet, all metal box. Okay, unlike the Toolbox 2 full size, which is in a Pelican case style setup. So this is all metal. Okay, and as you see, there's the remote. They have the remote clipped into the controller wire. So go ahead and pull that out. Set that off to the side. Okay, let's see here. We got a 1.32 gallon tank. That's 5 liters, 1.32 gallon. They advertise this as a maximum and minimum flow rate at maximum and minimum heat settings. So what they say is that this thing can flow as little on the lowest end at 0.04 gallon per hour, which out of the 1.32 gallon tank would get you 33 hours of heat at the lowest heat setting. At the highest heat setting, it can flow as much as 0.13 gallons per hour, which would allow you 10.15 hours on your max heat setting. Okay, so anywhere between 10 hours and 33 hours, depending on how hot you have this thing adjusted to. So this is your burner box. Here's your fuel pump right here. The fuel pump is mounted on about a 30-degree angle, which is proper. Let's see here. Are they running a screen? Yes, they're running a... Now, I did talk to Hcalory about why don't they run a fuel filter prior to the fuel pump. And they sent that to the engineering, and they came back to me, and they said that engineering feels that this is the pre-pump filter that's going to protect the pump from any debris that comes from your fuel source, fuel can, whatever. And then after the pump, protecting the burner, they have a screen in the discharge side of the pump going off to the burner. So this is your protection for your pump, okay? There's a little bit of flashing on there. Okay, so it is very small. Tell you what, I'm gonna have to just chop a little piece of the video out. I'm gonna go grab a tape measure and give you some dimensions. Okay, so dimensionally, lengthwise on this, you're looking at 16 inches length. You are looking at, if I go all the way to the end of the hinge and all the way to the front side of the chrome buckle, 11 inches. If I look at the case alone, the case is 10 inches. So there's about an inch additional for the hinges and the buckles. 11 inches versus 10. All right, height-wise, let's see, let's buckle her up. Okay, height-wise, you're at 10 3/4. If you want to know to the top of the folded handle, you are at 12 1/8 at the top of the folded handle. Okay. Assembled with Phillips screw, Phillips screw, all Phillips screws. Phillips screw, Phillips screws, Phillips screws, Phillips screws. Here you see the heat exchanger. Okay. Let's take a look underneath. Phillips screws, Phillips, no rivets. Okay. Actually, even the standoffs are Phillips. So a number 2 Phillips screwdriver looks like it'll take the entire thing apart. Let me take another quick look inside. See if there was any unusual fasteners. Well, you have looks like 10mm sockets for the hinge to unbolt. Number 1 Phillips to take the latches off if you wanted to take them off. And that's it. Now let's see here. I can see the intake filter is laying down here. Can I get to it? Boy. You're not going to be able to see it. It's underneath here. I don't know if that... Oh, maybe I can get to it. Oh, wait a minute. You know what they're doing? There is no external intake. Okay, now I'm interested. It's almost like they're... the intake is permanently down there. Let's give her a flip. Okay, they have it tucked in. You see that? So they have that intake curled up in here. Can we get it out of there? There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with that's the plan. The plan is to leave that there because they have an intake screen right here so that fresh air can come in. That's going to be drawn in. Let's go back over here. Okay, so there's the intake screen. The intake screen is about an inch, about an inch and a quarter from the inlet of the heat exchanger. So it's going to draw the heat exchanger fresh air in, and right beside that is your intake filter, or literally laying right below that. Don't know if you can see that one. I'll do another video. I'll show you a little bit more there. Okay, so let's look at this box here on this Hcalory Toolbox Compact 2. It's 2024 late release, 2025 model. All right. All right, so we have our 3-inch. Get rid of that. We'll verify this. Yeah, so we got our 3-inch. There's your 3-inch pipe. So unlike the TB2, the Toolbox 2, that went to the 3.5, I know a lot of people complained about that. This is back to the smaller 3-inch. The Toolbox 2 just became a larger, more robust, better heating system. I understand the discomfort for some of you about going to the 3.5-inch tubing, that it's less commercially available to buy things. Okay, here's our muffler for the exhaust. Here's our exhaust pipe. You got a bracket and a couple bolts here. Now this is if you want to run by battery. They do give you a 12-volt cable that plugs into the unit and hooks up to a battery, right? You have a couple more clamps in here, a couple fasteners in here for mounting stuff. And this should be your power brick, and that should just about wind up everything that comes in the package. There's your power brick. So plug into the machine with that, plug into the wall with that. At that point, so what is nice about this, now I wish they would have made the case a little bit bigger, honestly, because it would have been kind of cool if you could just drop this in, unless, you know what, let's look. Can I go like this? Get that out of my way. Got something caught over there, I think. Let's put that down there. No, maybe not. I was hoping that this was designed thinking that you can put this, but you see I just can't get it to close. I can get this side to close where it's not, even if I try to center it in the middle. Yeah, no. Let's see if I can force it. Can I force it? I can force it. Okay, we got it. Okay, so we got our AC adapter forced into there. Can we go further? Can we force it to fit the exhaust? Can we fit the muffler? No, I don't think so. But maybe let's see, the exhaust there, that there, this is smaller than that. These obviously can be squeezed down there. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, you got to keep this away from the back of your display. Might be able to switch sides. No. Trying Hcalory. I'm trying to say that you thought of everything. Push down like you're mad at it. Okay, so we got the muffler, the exhaust pipe. No doubt that I can get these dropped in there. So we can technically get everything but this tube inside that box, and we could pick this up and we could go with it, right? Which does make it convenient and portable. So that is pretty damn nice. I mean, I don't think you can argue with that. If you were throwing this in the back of your Jeep Gladiator with your rooftop tent or something like that, boy, that's nice being able to pack it all up. I can throw it in the garage. I can throw it back into my truck or van, whatever I'm going camping with. All right, so this is the Toolbox Compact 2. Let me go over some of the features. I have notes written here. So this will run on 110 volt. It'll run on 12 volt DC. So 110 volt AC, 12 volt DC, or 24 volt DC. This will run or be controlled by a phone app, by a Bluetooth, your phone app, by the remote control. This, as I said, has a 1.32 gallon tank. They advertise that the air output temperature will reach 212 degrees by 10 minutes. So they're saying that it can start up quickly and start creating heat, and within 10 minutes you have over 200 degrees of output temperature. That doesn't say that that's the hottest that the output temperature can be. They're just giving you a benchmark, a comparator of 212 if you wanted to compare other units. So modes of operation, this has the typical of all the Chinese diesel heaters, Hcalory included, where it has gears or heat settings, I like to call them. They call them gears typically. It also has a thermostatic control where you can, if this were inside your tent or camper or cabin or truck bed or whatever, you could select a temperature to set it to, and it would throttle itself around that temperature to try to maintain that. So has manual plateau mode in the controller, and what the plateau mode is for is when you're at higher elevations, extreme elevations, you can go manual plateau mode, which puts it essentially into its most lean burning condition due to the lack of oxygen in the high altitudes. Also can be used at somewhat lower altitudes to conserve fuel and reduce sooting. So different people, different opinions. You might want to close off your period of use by going into altitude mode and cranking it up, halfway or 3/4 of the way up in its gear mode, and get a good clean burn out of it, and then do your shutdown straight from plateau mode. That would be your leanest, hottest burn. This does have the upgraded MVP2 control right here. So this is all new for Hcalory this year, the MVP2. They also have revamped their overheat protection. It's now the Hcalory Generation 2 heat control, overheat protection, or whatever you want to call it. Hcalory recommends this compact heater for buildings, structures, places up to 256 square feet. Okay. And don't forget that not all of your heaters come with your 110 volt to 12 volt adapter. This one does come with that. This machine is also full altitude and air fuel ratio sensing, and it adjusts for an optimal air fuel ratio at all times. And again, you have the manual ability to go into that lean burn plateau mode. Okay, but Hcalory does a real good job of adapting to your conditions, be it temperature, be it altitudes, and making sure that the burn is efficient and clean and getting the most heat out of your fuel source. Right now, this Hcalory Toolbox Compact 2 is listed on Amazon for $189. This is December 5th, 2024. They do have a $30 coupon on that page right now. I will have links in the description where you can click and purchase this. One thing I would ask is if you would not mind, at the minimum, like this video, which helps spread the word. It helps the algorithms for YouTube, gets it out there to other people. So if you could give it a like, a thumbs up, that's awesome. If you can subscribe, that's even better yet. You'll see other things that I put out there. Comment, definitely. So Hcalory specifically wants to know, in the industry of diesel heaters, what would you like to tell or ask of Hcalory? They are interested. They want to watch these comments. They want to read the comments. They want me to report back with anything that I see you guys saying. If we wanted to change the industry, what would be a way that you could think of that Hcalory could do better? They have a bunch of different designs, everything from the basic tall, skinny metal box down to these compacts, to the plastic Toolbox and Toolbox 2 model. They have a bunch of different designs that are fitting different use cases for them, but they are not done yet. Hcalory is looking at bettering the diesel heater industry. They want to know from you, what can they do better? What are you, the customer, looking for? What are you wishing for? If you could share that in the comments, then that'll get to them. I promise you it will get to them. And maybe in a year or so, the industry will change again, and maybe you'll be the reason why. Thanks, guys.